I'm Heather Grant, and in today's community segment, we're going to talk about charity sewing. Sometimes as guilds, it's really hard for us to do all these quilts, and there's smaller projects that members can do that don't take as much time but are just as important. So you do this quite a bit.
Absolutely. At my home guild, we stumbled a few years ago where we were really enthusiastic and had great big plans to make lots of quilts, and we realized we're all busy, we all have jobs that are going on, and we got maybe one quilt done in over a year. And we realized we needed to be more realistic, and we wanted to produce things that we could donate, but we needed to really come up with a better plan for us. And what works for us is small items like drawstring bags for children's hospitals, or zippered pouches are really good for giving to homeless shelters for people.
Oh yeah, because lugging a big quilt around when you're homeless is
not that easy.
And not that practical.
Exactly.
Whereas a zipper bag that's a really great idea.
Right, and we realized what we needed, the women in our guild, we needed projects we could do at home that we could sit down, start to finish one evening, and make 1.5 an hour and bring it to the next meeting, and we had a continuous supply of items rather than, okay, now we have a quilt top, somebody has to quilt it, now we have to find it, now we have to give it. And that also left us with just one item to give to one person. And this way we're able to reach a lot more people. You have a lot more options, you have a lot more places you can give things to, and there's a lot of need in the community. So we just decided it was a better fit for us to supply more to more people.
Yeah, do you have a coordinator who manages all of this?
Yes, so I actually manage that. And we try to come up every year with, okay, which projects locally are we going to support as a community? And we'll vote on it. We'll try to come up with a few ideas. There's always something that somebody has heard about locally, either through their job or through a spouse or a friend. You know, this might be a really interesting idea. And you don't have to stick with just the typical, I grew up looking for projects like, okay, I can donate a lap quilt to my local hospital. There are a million places that need things. And if you watch the news today, you know need is really strong.
Yeah, like a women's shelter might need toys for the kids or something.
Exactly. You can make a lot of small toys, stuffed animals. Quilters don't have to just quilt. And I think it's important to not pigeonhole yourself and think, well, what do I do if I'm not making a quilt? Make a pillowcase for a children's hospital, and make a pillowcase for anyone. And you can use your really cool fabrics.
Or reading, like book bags for kids to take to the library.
Chip bags are really great for local public schools. If it's maybe not a really wealthy school district, everyone needs something, and you can still go all out and use your great fabrics.
And it's small, and you can kind of get it done, and that's great. So where do you kind of get ideas? Like, do you just kind of look for free tutorials online for these projects?
Definitely free tutorials. We do a lot of crowdsourcing, where we recently decided we were going to start making drawstring bags for a local hospital project where children get beads for every type of long-term treatment they're receiving. And so we started basically Googling drawstring bag tutorials, and people decide what they personally want to make. And the beauty of a project like that is we don't even all have to make the same drawstring bag.
Yeah, you can really put your own personality into the project.
Exactly, and I think the ticket to a really successful project for a guild is finding something that your members are interested in, first of all, and really enthusiastic about. And I'm never super excited to make a very specific quilt with fabrics I don't especially like in a pattern that I would never choose for myself, and then I make it, and I don't have that excited feeling of, I can't wait to make another one.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I'm a cancer survivor, and my son went to a great charity called Wonders and Worries, and they would give each child their own stuffed doll that wore a miniature hospital gown for him to kind of work through my treatment.
Oh,
and
that's so cool.
That was made by a local sewing group in my town, and it was really, it meant a lot to me to kind of get that.
Of course, and I think it's really good for the volunteers to find charities that either they have a personal connection to or that has a local connection. There's something to be said for not just making something and boxing it up and mailing it off and having no connection to where it's going. And I think if you want your members to be enthusiastic about it, they need to feel that connection sometimes. And
yeah, it's really nice to have that personal connection, and it feels so good inside to know where it's going. So that's how to do small-scale charity sewing projects with your local guild.